Please remember, all art shown in this video is not mine. All art belongs to their talented creators. They are amazing, and make sure to look in the description to find their art, and remember to support them. Hello everyone, Dennis here. Now that Alolan forms have been revealed, people far and wide have been speculating what Pokemon can get Alolan forms. I myself have been wondering that too. So in this video, I compiled my list of 10 Pokemon I would like to see get an Alolan form. The number 10 spot goes to Dermannattan. The only thing holding this big guy back in the number 10 spot is that I couldn't really think of a good story why I really like that. The story goes that Dermannattan lived in the volcanic areas of the region. It was warm for them to live, but also came at a price. The volcanic areas blocked their routes, making it hard to live in, so they had to adapt. By lifting and breaking volcanic remains, they got stronger. It was a more sought-after trait to have, so Dermannattan got their muscular builds, and it became the trait that Dermannattans kept in the Alolan region. And forget the type, give Dermannattan fire type and keep the fire type also. Keep the fire type also. For the number 9 spot, I chose Parasite. Parasite, as you can see, is releasing these toxic gases from the top of its back. The reason why is Parasite lived on the edges of the forest near volcanic activity, so the mushroom on its back would collect the toxic fumes until the back couldn't hold it anymore, and it would split and release all the gases from its back. But it was too late. The toxins changed the Pokemon forever. Now the Pokemon is a toxic insect of volcanic fumes. So it took a bit for me to decide either to make Parasite a bug fire or a bug poison, but at the end I decided that it would make more sense that it would become bug poison. Because sure, it was absorbing volcanic fumes, and I guess it could add that fire typing. But as I said, it would make more sense for it to be poison because they absorb toxic fumes. Next up on the list is Golem. Golem is on this list because, well, I really like this concept art, and I thought it would look really cool if it could happen. The story is, since golems are weak to grass types and water types, they were going extinct, but they only had one other place to go, the volcanic areas. The volcanic ash stained their outer shell black, and most notably, they gained the fire type by the lava getting caught in their shell while they rolled around. It soon started appearing on all the golems. So the golems lost their ground typing for a fire typing, making them rock fire type. Now, in the number 7 spot is Tangrowth. Tangrowth, being literally a jumbled mess of vines, with arms and shoes, it flourished. The vines on it became more abundant. The vines on it grew, and it gained many more arms. Tangrowth vines grew so big that it had to gain another eye to help it see. So people called it the King of the Jungle. It was connected to everything and practically was the jungle. The only change in type I could think about is just giving it dragon type. Hell, if Exeggutor can get a dragon type by having a long neck, why can't Tangrowth get it for having more vines? Now, for number 6, the Pokemon Dewgong. Dewgong's Alolan form is this elegant form of beauty. The reason why is Dewgong would never, you know what? I really don't know what the story would actually be. Leave it in the comment section. Why you think it would turn into this beautiful seal. But for its typing, it would be Water Fairy. Number 5 is Smeargle. Smeargle is on this list because it's one of my favorite Pokemon. I really wanted to find a way to put it on this list. So the story goes that Smeargle was brought by royalty. The Pokemon's task was to paint the walls with murals and just make beautiful paintings. As more and more people arrived on the island, Smeargle became more sought after, but it couldn't do work fast enough. So people started breeding them to have 2 tails, and that's how they got 2 tails. Now for the typing, this is really stretching it, but give it the fairy typing. Why? I don't know. Next up for number 4 is Poliwrath. Poliwrath had to change because in Hawaii, frogs that have bright colors in real life are poisonous. And this concept art shows Poliwrath was a bright blue, indicating that it is poisonous. For the typing, it would lose the fighting type and gain the poison type. Really, the only reason I chose Poliwrath was because of the concept art, and I think it could be cool to see. Now, for number 3, I promise this is the last one that involves a volcano changing the form of a Pokemon. But for number 3, I choose Weezing. Weezing's type and forms change because of the volcanic ash and fumes. Since people didn't want the Weezlings in their towns and cities, they were all moved to volcanic areas, as they could not cause harm to plants or people, because plants would not grow and people would not live there. The Weezing absorbed the volcanic ashes and fumes. When the Weezing extruded their gases, they would release volcanic ashes and fumes, basically becoming volcanic vents themselves. Number 2 was the inspiration for this list, Houndoom. I really love this Pokemon. He was originally going to be number 1, but when I saw that Alolan Pokemon was announced, I automatically wanted Houndoom to have a Alolan Pokemon. The story goes that when Alola was first becoming more and more populated, rodent Pokemon came with them. Houndooms were one of the Pokemon they brought to the islands to take care of them. But once the rodent Pokemon problem was taken care of, all the Houndooms became very prevalent and became very aggressive towards humans and Pokemon. They were mass hunted until almost extinction. So the Houndooms lost their fire type and gained the ghost typing, making them Ghost Dark. Number 1 is Beaver. No, I'm not pulling your leg. I always wanted this lovable beaver to get more love. The story is, since they were considered rodents, they were hunted. But the Beaverls grew to be stronger. They lost a lot of weight, gained spikes on their tails, and their teeth grew to be more of a weapon. Beaver was able to stand up for itself and its other little Pokemon friends. The typing would be Dirt Grass. So this was my list of Alolan Pokemon that I want. Thanks for watching and subscribe to my channel to get notified when I upload. And if you enjoyed, make sure to like the video. And I hope you have an amazing day, everyone.